welcome back. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about slower living, slowing it down, being intentional. And these are just a few things that I've changed in my daily life to help us slow down more. Obviously, they're not going to work for everybody, but they're really simple. And I'm really excited. So let's just dive right in. All right, so number one, shopping less. Now, I'm not saying we don't shop at all because we definitely get extras, but we're keeping our purchases more intentional. Now, we never really had a huge shopping problem, but even just taking the time to be more intentional about what we get and making sure that it's not just something that we need right now and aren't going to use later, but something that has longevity that we can actually use for a long period of time that's going to help us. So we've been doing a lot of projects around our house. So the biggest things we've been getting are, paint or tools, and the tools can be expensive, am I right? But they are going to be used over and over and over again. So it's not a purchase that was made on a whim. It was very methodical when we got them. So that's been a change that we've made. Just taking less time out in town, spending unnecessary money, and just bringing it back home and being intentional with what we bring into our house. The second thing is limiting phone and TV time. So this came as a blessing in disguise a few months ago when our TV broke, our family TV in the living room. So the light went out in it. It was going to be more money to fix it than it would be to buy another one. Don't get me started on that. But it was a huge blessing. I noticed that we were spending a lot of time in front of the TV. It was a way for me to get chores done. So the girls would just watch something on TV, and that hit hard. That was a really hard moment to think that I was really putting them in front of the TV a couple times a day just to kind of get them out of the way. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like coming to that realization. So we decided not to buy another TV. We still watch shows or movies every once in a while as a family. We just put them up on an iPad as we're like having lunch on a Saturday or something, but we're not in front of the TV anymore. I don't know the last time that the girls watched a show. And that's not a bad thing. We've had so many amazing times outside, and that's what it's all about, is slowing down. Not shoving them in front of a TV so you can get all your tasks done, but spending that one-on-one time with them, engaging with them, enjoying them, because soon they'll be gone. They'll be off on their own, and it just goes so fast. So that moment was hard for the realization part of it, but it has blossomed into something really amazing. We've had such great times now that we are disconnecting from the TV. Now, when it comes to my phone, I am a realtor, so I'm on my phone a lot. I post on social media quite a bit, especially my stories, which those are like quick little things, but it's so family all over the country can see. And it kind of took over there for a little while, but now that I've limited it, I've been more intentional about the actual time I spend on it, and it hasn't controlled me. I have been a lot more patient, and I can easily go from one thing to another because I'm not glued into my phone. When my kids come in, I'm not like, no, go away, I have something on here. I'm like, yes, what do you need? So it's just all about refocusing. So that's been a huge thing, huge. The third thing, baking and cooking at home. Now, we tend to eat out a lot when life is busy, and one, not good for the body, and two, it's not good for our family time, because I've been involving my daughters in our cooking a lot more. and they're learning. We're building that strong relationship together. I'm feeding my family good food, and in the act of slowing down and baking things myself or cooking things myself, I have allowed myself to not hurry. I've stopped that. I mean, I still have my times, like when we're all running late to church, but I don't feel like I'm in a hurry. I don't want to hurry. I just want to enjoy my time, and I want to enjoy my family. So cooking and baking in-house has been a huge game changer in the time we get to spend together. All right, number 4, slow mornings. This has been a game changer. This is probably my most important one. So in the mornings I wake up early. Key factor here. About an hour before the girls wake up, I get myself out of bed. I go do the chickens, go do all of those chores, come inside, have a glass of water, a cup of tea, and do my Bible study. Now that kind of looks different every morning, whether I'm doing a few devotionals or I'm just in my Bible reading. Doesn't really matter. I'm just doing something. I'm connecting with God. I'm building that relationship. So that's how I start my morning. Fresh air, water, and Jesus. Important. But then we have breakfast. Either I'll make breakfast before they get up, or they'll get up and we will do something together. But we always sit down and eat breakfast as a family. It's important for us. My husband is already long gone to work, so it's just me and the girls, and it's a great time to just talk and eat and relax, and it's great. After breakfast, we do free play, and we do this together. So I used to hustle and get ready, get chores done, do all the things, and I felt rushed constantly. So if I start my day rushed, then the rest of my day follows suit. Like I constantly feel like I'm behind and not doing enough. So once I slow down in the morning, right after breakfast, we put our dishes up on the counter and we go straight to the living room or straight outside, depending on the weather, and we just play. I let them guide it, but we play together and we talk, and they ask questions that I sometimes don't have answers to. But we enjoy our time together. This is our intentional time to be a family. And so that has been a huge, huge thing for my relationship with my girls. We've been able to connect better. There's a lot less irritations and attitudes throughout the day when we just slow down and spend that time together. Okay, that leads me into number 5. My garden and my chickens. So I lack patience. It's one of my weaknesses. I have a very short amount of patience, and it's definitely something I am working on. But something that has helped is my garden. It has helped me slow down and be patient, because it's not instant gratification. You don't plant the seed and then it shoots up with fruit on it. It just doesn't happen. So taking the time to prep the seeds, prep the soil, plant the seeds, weed the garden, tend to it, make sure that they're all growing up right. It's strengthened that patience level. It's definitely helped. It translates very well into my life. But it's just, you build this connection with the earth, and you can slow down and feel intentional. And it really, the slower living just goes back to being intentional with your time, because it is limited. So you have to make the most of it. And by taking care of the garden and my chickens, I'm being intentional. I'm showing my girls that you have to work for something. You have to give it all you've got to reap a reward later. Built into gardening are so many great life lessons, but the best one for me is just patience and rest, because I sit outside and I see all of these great things growing around me, and I can rest knowing that I have worked hard and I am caring for something and it's changing me. And that's been great. So I really hope this helped. I hope you get one or two things out of it that you feel you could make a change with. And just know that it is okay to hustle if that's what season you're in, but hustle should not be a forever season. You should not feel pressured to push harder and feel like constant fighting with yourself. It should be, you should have seasons of peace, and that's important. It's okay to slow down. It's important to slow down and be more intentional and enjoy the time that you have with your family while you have it. So I just encourage you to slow down. Pick one thing and try it out and see how it goes. Let me know down in the comments if you relate to any of these, or if you want to try one. Let me know how it goes. So have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.